Ni Tlamashtiquet Chicano Studies, one Native American Studies. My name is Jenny Luna. I am a professor here in Chicano Studies. I'm also proud to have a PhD in Native American Studies. And both of us, as faculty here at CSUCI, are very honored to be your host today for this beautiful celebration. So we want to welcome all of you.
And we would like to thank the Native American Initiative Award from the Office of the Chancellor for sponsoring this event.
We'd also like to take a moment to thank all the parents, relatives, friends, and family that are present to celebrate our graduates. If you are a parent of a graduate, we'd like to invite you to stand.
And to our graduates, today's a milestone, right? One of those life milestones paid by the excellence, resilience, and cultural heritage of all of you. And we celebrate your academic accomplishments, your connection to your roots, your identity, and the wisdom and traditions of your ancestors that you carry within you. And I was asked to speak about my cultural heritage. I don't know if I could do that in 5 minutes, but I'll be brief. I come from a Chinese father, Filipino mother, and as you know, as a Chinese Filipino, we call it Filipino, my family. As a Chinese Filipino American, obviously the roots are very deep in both cultures as well. And I've learned so much over the years, and it's interesting, I would say in terms of my cultural journey, what I've learned is that it's never ending. It is continually evolving and so fluid. And growing up, you know, my parents were just like, we never talked about culture or race or identity. It was just like, yeah, this is how we live. We don't talk about it. And that was great. But I never realized the inner conflicts that caused for me in my surrounding areas, which is not very diverse at all. And through the trials and tribulations of my childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, and even to this day, I didn't realize until my late 40s when I came to Channel Islands. I have Channel Islands to thank for this. It was a turning point for me in my cultural racial identity development. That so much of my experiences were grounded in my own development and trials and not coming to terms with that. And I thought I was in a good place when I got here. I really did. I thought I was. And I came here, and it was the Channel Islands community that challenged me every single day. Faculty, the staff, the students, my fellow administrators, to become more aware. And through that, it was a catalyst for my own exploration, for that process of being vulnerable and taking a deep dive. And I'm in a much better place now, fully acknowledging my cultural racial identity in relation to where I am at CSU Channel Islands and as a leader. And it's at the forefront of my mind every single day. It really is. And I've had some moments, here I am, 52, 53 now, and I still feel like I'm on this journey. And I'm honored to share that with you. I'd love to chat more about it if anyone's ever interested. But to be able to share that with you here today for this particular ceremony, I'm tremendously honored to share that. And this is a beautiful representation of that process. And it's a unique process for everybody. So thank you for allowing me to share that with you. And, you know, for our graduates, right? This is a milestone for you, and I want you to know that you have enriched our university community by sharing who you are, sharing it proudly, right? Explicitly, giving a piece of yourself and continuing to challenge all of us. Your contributions have left a lasting legacy, shaping the fabric of our institution, inspiring us to strive for more. And as you move forward in your whatever's next, whether it's graduate school, career, or something totally different, know that you're taking on new challenges, more growth. And anytime we take on more growth, it's moving out of our comfort zones, right? Taking on new challenges, having to develop new skills to be successful. And that is a vulnerable place to be. But when you have those moments of self-doubt moving forward, I ask you to draw on your education. Your educational experiences here at CSU Channel Islands, the theory, the research, best practice that you learn about, combined with your rich histories and life narratives, that's the foundation for your success moving forward and exactly what we need in all the leaders in our communities moving forward. So I'm so proud of all of you. I ask that you stay in touch. Please stay in touch through our Alumni and Friends Association, with your faculty, with your staff, with myself. I would love to hear what you're doing to promote that more broadly in the community. You are the best we have to. You are our best representatives for CSU Channel Islands in our community. So thank you again for the honor to speak and share a little bit of my story with you today. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the ceremony. Thank you.
Thankfully, we have our other keynote speaker here with us, also an alum from CSUCI, Jamie Ferns. Jamie Ferns is a recent CSUCI alum, graduating last year with a degree in biology. Locally, you might know her from her work in the Academic Senate, in her years with campus catering, from serving on DEIA committees, or her extensive work in student leadership, from co-leading SACNAS to founding the Native American and Indigenous Student Association. A non-traditional student, she started her CI journey in 2014, took some time off to pursue a culinary and management degree, and returned to complete her bachelor's degree. She now works at the University of Alaska Fairbanks as an event coordinator for the College of Indigenous Studies and Community Technical College, where she plans to pursue graduate degrees in Indigenous leadership and community health. Jamie Ferns.
Osio, Osta Son Leighton, Jamie Ferns Dalwado, Zitza Leighton. Hello, good morning. Jamie Ferns is my name. I am Cherokee. Although I am a nervous public speaker, I make it a point to introduce myself in the language of my people because my grandfather was not allowed to. I would like to take a moment to thank the Barbado and Matreno Band of Mission Indians, whose land we are standing on, for hosting us and celebrating this momentous day. I would like to thank President Yao, who goes above and beyond to make space for Native American voices in his councils, as he continues to build this young university, making sure it's being done in a good way. I would like to thank Chief of Staff Kaya Tollefson for stewarding so many difficult conversations and showing what it means to roll up your sleeves and make change happen. I would like to thank Dr. Radel Banuelos for his tireless work in advising this university and his many blessings upon it. I would like to thank Dr. Jen Luna for always providing a space for students to safely celebrate their indigeneity and being a courageous voice for so many at this university and beyond. I would like to thank Dr. Ariel Vaughn for helping me build this community and for helping so many students find their voice. And lastly, I would like to thank graduating senior and president of the Native American Indigenous Student Association, Sierra Gambala, for starting this movement in our community with me. You are an incredible leader, and I cannot wait to see how you will continue to change the world. For many, college is a rite of passage. There's an expectation. But for us, it is an act of rebellion. We are survivors of genocide, coming from fragmented communities, clinging on to what little bits and pieces of our history that remain. My grandfather was a boarding school survivor, and the only thing he passed on to my mother was the fear of existing in our culture and in our skin. 1 year ago today is the first time she experienced celebrating her heritage in public. I know this is not an uncommon story, so as we gather here today, do not take these gatherings lightly. These ceremonies, the ability to even dance in public, the blessings Dr. Banuelos gives, they were not a protected right until the year my oldest sister was born, when they passed the American Indian Religious Freedom Act. We are survivors of traumas not just generations past, but ongoing. That same year, the Indian Child Welfare Act went into effect, aimed to address the fact that 35% of natives have had their children taken. I bring this up for 2 reasons. This was knowledge I had to seek out on my own, as it was never part of the curriculum. In fact, I often find myself bearing the burden of educating my educators. And second, because I have never met an Indigenous college student who felt a sense of belonging, who felt comfortable in their environment, who feel safe expressing or claiming their identity. That is on purpose. It is not imposter syndrome. You are not meant to feel comfortable here, but as we gather, we heal that. We must constantly fight for the right to take up space, to exist, and to gather. For our people to be spoken of in the present tense, for our history to be included in the curriculum, and for our knowledge systems to be spoken of with respect. But we're still here. Against all odds, we keep fighting. I was talking with my mom before coming here. I've been going through a very rough time the last couple of years. While earning my degree, I overcame many obstacles in my life, from domestic violence, a depression that almost took me, a pandemic, not to mention college chemistry. At times, it really started to feel like I couldn't keep going. But my mom, in her wisdom, said this to me: we come from people who, when forced on the trail of tears, managed to put one foot in front of the other. When knocked down, they found a way to rise again, and again, and again. They did not know where they were going, and they did not know what they would find when they got there. They found barren lands, and they built a home. They were given rancid lard and buggy flour to live on, and they made fry bread. They kept going. It is a hard world for our people. The pressures and pains may knock us down, but it is not in your blood to stay down. It is our duty to survive, to thrive, to open doors and hold them open for our brothers and sisters. Fear and stagnation is not a luxury afforded to us. Take the fires of our past and light the way of our future. I was reluctant to share my story, but then I remembered suicide is the second leading cause of death for Native adults, young Native adults, and 84% of us will experience domestic violence. In fact, we have a whole day dedicated to bringing awareness to our missing and murdered Indigenous women. I share my story because I know it is not unique. I know that unfortunately, there's likely many of you here today that can identify with it. And I want you to know that you can make it through whatever battles you are fighting. When I was a student here, I was often asked why building this community was so important. My answer is that with statistics like we have, we must rely on our community to survive. But in college, we need our community so we can thrive. There is great power in what we're doing here today. Please come back next year and bring some friends. The more we Indigenous people gather, the more we can bring an end to genocide near and far. Going through academia as an Indigenous person was an incredibly exhausting experience. Not only do we have to fight through generational trauma and heal as we do it, but we must often be trailblazers within our own families and in our institutions. Although I recognize a few of you graduating here today, I do not need to know you personally to know how tired you are. You will likely be asked hundreds of times in the coming weeks, what's next, what's next? But I implore you to take some time to rest, recover your energy, and marinate in the gravity of your accomplishments. If you do nothing else, you have moved the needle. You took up space. You have earned a college degree. What you have accomplished here is nothing short of radical. The most powerful things you can do as an Indigenous person is to get an education, find and gather as a community, and stand proud in your indigeneity. To the graduates here today, you have done this and you should be proud. It is uncomfortable and sometimes downright terrifying. A lot of us struggle with imposter syndrome. Let me tell you something, that will not go away anytime soon, so do it afraid. A lot of energy has gone into making sure we do not feel comfortable in the spaces we occupy. Embrace it, take up that space, make yourself count. They try to keep us out of positions of power, out of rooms where decisions are made, to keep you small and uncomfortable. Do not let them. For generations, they have tried to exterminate us, to separate us, to disconnect us from our culture and our ways. You walking here today come from a long line of the strongest people to have ever walked this planet. A line of people who, despite all odds, continued on, rebelled, and continue to take back their power. The California mission style has red roofs because of Chumash Rebellion. We celebrate the 200-year anniversary of that this year. They set fire to the roofs and now they are in the boardrooms making change. Never stop fighting. In 2 weeks, we'll be celebrating the 100-year anniversary of our right to vote as Native people. In some states, it was much more recent. Make your voice heard. For our missing sisters, for our unrecognized mothers, and our fallen ancestors, rise up and make your voice count. Step into your power, class of 2024. Congratulations, you did it.
Thank you, Jamie, for coming all this way from Alaska to celebrate with us. And we also celebrate you and all of your accomplishments.
Now we would like to introduce our student speaker, Sierra Gambala. Sierra is Yome and Apache and is graduating with a BA in political science. I have worked personally quite closely with Sierra the last year as the student president for the Native American and Indigenous Student Association. Without her time, energy, and leadership, this event would not have been possible. Sierra, welcome on.
There's truly no words that can describe how much this gathering means to me. NASA officially began in 2022, and during our first meeting I had said I wanted to create something bigger than all of us. To the 3 people on that Zoom call, I believe that we did that. This club has and continues to be a reminder that we are still here, dismantling a system that is designed to silence us. As Indigenous people, we carry a unique perspective and strength with us. We hold more power than we know, and we are the living proof of our ancestors' wildest dreams. So today and every day, we continue to take up all the space and truly live in the moment of celebrating our legacy of resiliency. I'm very thankful to have started this club with Jamie and Dr. Vaughn. You both have inspired me and showed me what can happen when we put Native women together. This is the first club that unites self-identifying Indigenous students at CSCI, and I'm grateful that I've met and worked with amazing individuals, clearly. As I look forward to supporting you as we embark this new journey, before I sit down so we can eat, I'd like to reassure you that your voice, your laugh, your hair, your existence matters. You are the change and the healing needed in this world. So continue to use your gifts and your good medicines to transform this place, where we can protect Mother Earth and our ocean or four-legged relatives, a place where we have land back and are free from ethnic cleansing and genocide. I'd like to leave you with a quote by Joy Harjo that says, "You are a story fed by generations. You carry songs of grief, triumph, loss, and joy. Feel their power as they ascend within you, as you walk, run swiftly, even fly, into infinite possibilities."
Thank you, Sierra, for your beautiful words, and congratulations on your graduation. So now, for the time we've been waiting for, our stoling ceremony.
This year, we had very special stoles made. They were made by a local Zapotec weaver, Benita Martinez. She and her family have been working day and night on the loom to make sure you had your stole for today. Not only did they weave these stoles, but they created their own natural dyes from plants and fruits. As you wear this stole, may it remind you of the natural elements, the hands of Indigenous artisans, and the love of your community.
So students, I invite you to line up on this side, and you will hand to me your paper, so I can read your name and statement, and Dr. Vaughn will place the stole, and then we'll be taking a picture. So we will make sure, of course, to send you all the photos afterwards. So graduates, make your way up. Our first graduate, Adriana Rosario Sigala Fish, Hopla Band of Homo Indians. She is graduating with a Master of Science in Mathematics, and she would like to thank the parents, sisters, friends, and faculty in the math department, and my loving and supportive president. Our next graduate, Jenna Lawson, majoring in environmental communication. The Lalapian Chumash Foundation, she would like to thank the Tumamite Ecuadorian Barbareno Band and family of Mission Indians, and thank you very much. Our next graduate is Kathleen Perrin. She is graduating with the BA of Arts in Studio Arts, and she would like to thank my grandmother and father for being with me on this journey. With a biology minor, and she says, I would like to thank my wonderful friends and family for carrying me every step of the way. Our next graduate is Kaila Jeronimo Ampi. She is a major in environmental science and resource management, and her minor in biology and chemistry. And she says, I would like to thank my parents, my sisters, friends, and teachers for all of your patience and advice. I appreciate all of the conversations we have had. Our next graduate is Kyle Miranda, who is a major in mathematics and psychology. And he says, I would like to thank my parents, siblings, and girlfriend for their unconditional love and support. I appreciate all of the time that has been spent making me the person that I am today. Next graduate, Sierra Kamala. She is a major in political science, and she says, thank you to my family for their continuous support as they believe in all that I do. Thank you, Dana Vargas, Magdalena Rodriguez, and Sarah Moreno for being the strongest, funniest, and deadliest Native women I know. Our next graduate, Valentina Guevara, who is a major in Chicanic Studies. And she is a detribalized Navajo Purepecha Mexican native on the long journey home. And shout out to Andrea. Alexandra Rhea Franklin, who is majoring has a BA in Studio Arts, and she would like to thank my father and grandmother for supporting me during this journey, and a blessing for graduating during the year my grandfather's statue was placed at the state capitol. And afterwards, we're going to invite all of you up for a group photo, so do not leave before you get the food. So we do have a singer that is on the way, so hopefully we'll make it during our community time. But I did want to make an offering to all of the graduates. I'm going to offer a song for you all. And so the song that I'm going to share with you this afternoon comes from the Shattnam Nation Western Band up in so-called British Columbia. And when I was a college student, I went up there to the powwow up there. I was invited to come dance and met a woman there who this song came to her in a dream. And this is called the Women's Warrior Song. And now that song has circulated all around the continent because I hear people singing this song a lot. But it is a Women's Warrior Song, and it comes from the Shattnam Nation Western Band. And so I want to offer this as a Women's Warrior Song. But really it's in honor of all people, but thinking about our Mother Earth. All my relatives, congratulations to the graduates.
I brought our clapper stick from home in Sacramento. We're Miwok and Nishinan and Sinwar Sioux, but I was taught these songs from my grandfather, Bill Franklin, in our Miwok language.